Cross-court pass to Neb on the high left. She gets a pick. Now in the corner for Schendel. It's been Schendel here early going, and she misses the left-handed shot, and then the ball is tipped into the hands of Maddie Griffith. Griffith with a 1-on-2. Griffith right in the lane all the way, forces it up, misses, but she's fouled. Well, that's a strong drive to the basket, and she was fouled over there by Molly Hennessy. And to shoot two will be Maddie Griffith. The bucket by Numero Longo, brought to you by Cargill Meat Solutions, working with the community to make sure there are jobs for the members of the communities they're in. That's Cargill Meat Solutions, and the free throw by Maddie Griffith is good. A line drive that goes, and Fort Morgan has their first lead at 3-2. Second free throw upcoming. Bending, shooting, and connecting. The Mustangs now with a 4-2 lead. Schendel the other way. Down low, the pass and the shot is up, and that's missed over there, and it's tipped around, and it's out of bounds. It was missed by Maddie Pitts, and she couldn't control it. Fort Morgan basketball. And the Mustangs are going to make some quick substitutions here. Kelsey Callis, Autumn Wheatley. In fact, they're going 5 for 5. Mitch Elrick going with something different. Emma Wolf, along with Joey Shirtliff and Destiny Pelton. He's really not done this the entire year, but he's looking for a spark to get this team going in the right direction. Fresh bodies out there, so they've already used 10 players, less than a minute 50 into the game. With the basketball. In the right corner is Emma Wolf to Kelsey Callis, and then had the ball stripped away, and it's intercepted. Take it away. Second turnover for Fort Morgan on the high right. Schendel with the ball. With a left-handed dribble, crossover dribble. Near the timeline feeds Hennessy. Back on the high left to Neb. Left-handed dribble towards the left baseline. She's trapped over there by Joey Shirtliff at the top for Schendel, holding the ball up high behind the three-point line. Now retreating towards the midcourt line with 5:45 to go in the opening quarter. Fort Morgan leads 4-2. Neb bounce pass, right baseline for Powers, down low. It went off the right hand of Pitts out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say touch Fort Morgan. Well, that went off the Skyline player, but Skyline retains possession, and Schendel to throw it in. 3 officials at the varsity level. Schendel on the offensive end underneath the basket, looking for a cutter. Nobody cutting there. Feeds it way back out to Powers on the high right. Down low for Schendel. Dribbles, hooks as she traveled prior to that. That's a good call. Both teams have committed 2 turnovers, so no flow offensively. We have 4 turnovers and 6 points. Fort Morgan with the basketball and a 4-2 advantage with 5:27 to go in the first. Here is Autumn Wheatley left of the lane. Back out of the bounce pass to Wolf. Wolf dribbles to her right at the top. Bounces it on the high right for Shirtliff. Then she bounced it away into the hands of a Skyline player. Pitts all the way to Neb. Stripped from behind. And the ball is taken away by Autumn Wheatley. The teams exchange turnovers. Here is Wheatley. Dribbling across midcourt on the outside right. Maintains the dribble towards the top with the left hand. Guarded closely there by Molly Hennessy. Timeout Fort Morgan. Mitch Elrick called a 30-second timeout with 5:01 to go in the first quarter. And Fort Morgan leading Skyline 4-2. But this is not good basketball so far with 6 combined turnovers and six combined points. Fort Morgan's got 2 apiece from Maddie Griffith and Clementina Numero Longo. 2 points for Shayla Powers to lead Skyline. Mitch Elrick rather animated over there, but not overly animated. He just wants to make sure his team is focused. They just got to be competitive for 4 quarters. I mean, the only game they had a shot to win at one point was against Erie on January 3rd. They had a 32-29 lead at the break. Actually, early in the third, then it got away from them and lost by 20. Holy Family, Berthoud, and Windsor all one-sided losses, but those are ranked teams, so this is the softer part of the schedule for Fort Morgan. Maddie Griffith dribbles by a defender. Bounce pass in the right baseline to Pelton. Now back out to Wolf. Wolf at the top of the three-point circle. High left for Wheatley. Penetrates left baseline. Puts up a floater. It's no good, and the ball's tipped out of bounds by Pelton. It'll be Skyline basketball. Nice aggressive move by Wheatley, but too strong there. And again, that's why defense is the key for Fort Morgan. They're not going to score you more than 10 to 12 points a quarter based on season averages. On the high left, Hennessy dribbles to her right, bodied up over there. Feeds it back out to Neb. Neb left to the free throw line now to Schendel. Schendel to her right, Back out to Hennessy at the top. Down low, the pass is tipped away, but taken by Schindel. Right baseline, 8-foot pull-up is an air ball. Emma Wolf grabs the board for Fort Morgan. Wolf out of traffic. Feeds it over to Griffith. Maddie Griffith across midcourt on the outside right. Into the paint all the way. Puts it up off the back of the rim and misses. She gets the rebound, though, and Maddie Griffith is called for traveling. And it will be Skyline basketball with 4:10 to go and ticking here in the opening quarter, the first of two tonight from Skyline High School in Longmont. Nebb dribbles towards the top, gets a pick, and then a give and go, and the ball is tipped away by Wolf. Mustangs come away with it. Here is Wheatley, right of the paint, all the way. She banks and she misses. Rebound to Callis. Bounces, shoots, misses, and a foul. Kelsey Callis to the line. Fort Morgan doing a nice job on the boards. And the foul was committed. I believe it's Powers committing the foul. They don't put it up there on the board. Free throw by Callis is in. And the Mustangs now with a 5-2 lead. They've scored 5 unanswered after falling behind early. In fact, it's been a while since Skyline has scored. Second free throw is in and out. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Schindel. That's Lindry Schindel of Skyline. On the high right, dribbling against Pelton. Bodied up by Pelton. Foul Fort Morgan. Pelton commits her first, team second. Both teams have 2 fouls. With 3:46 to go, first quarter, Fort Morgan 5, Skyline 2. And to trigger it into the left of the basket on the offensive end is Maddie Pitt. So Pitts patting the basketball. Lobs it towards the free throw line. Here is Powers with the basketball. She's got to get out of there and does over to Hennessy. Near the right corner, faking and traveling is Nebb. Again, not pretty basketball. 9 turnovers combined. 5 by Skyline, 4 by Fort Morgan, and only 7 total points. Here come the Mustangs the other way with Maddie Griffith. Griffith dribbling to her right. Bounce pass in the right corner for Pelton. Back out to Wolf. Wolf in the corner. Kicks it back out to Griffith. Griffith with a left-handed dribble. Back to the right against Nebb. Jump pass over to Wolf with the high right. Right of the lane, and she traveled. Wow. This is getting tougher to watch. There's no flow to this game whatsoever. The only good news is that Fort Morgan does lead 5-2 with 3:21 to go in the first quarter. And at the top of the basketball is Powers. Hands it off to Nebb. Nebb against Wolf with a left-handed dribble. Cut off by Pelton. Feeds it over to Hennessy, right of the lane. On the outside, right inside the three-point line. Schindel's 16-footer's no good. And the two-handed rebound is grabbed out of the air by Emma Wolf. Wolf to Griffith. Griffith on the outside right maintains the dribble. He's going to throw it cross-court. Wheatley just inside the three-point line misses. And the rebound is by Skyline's Powers. Powers quickly the other way. A lob over the left hand of Maddie Pitts out of bounds. Another turnover for Skyline, and they have gotten really sloppy here with 6 turnovers in the opening quarter. And Fort Morgan will take it the other way. This might be the first of 35 in this game, the way it's going. Emma Wolf is out. Allie Bauman is back in. Lauren Keller is also back into the game. On the outside right, where Keller didn't start the game. Here is Callis on the right baseline. And we got a whistle. It's possession arrow. It's a tie-up, possession arrow, Fort Morgan. Griffith on the outside right to Callis on the inbounds pass. Griffith penetrates right baseline, pulls up from 7, and that's way short. And there's a tie-up for the rebound, but then the ball is ripped away by Callis. However, she couldn't control it. Goes out of bounds, and Skyline has possession of the basketball with 2.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Yeah, Keller did start the game. I said that incorrectly. She just didn't play for much. Neither did the other 4 starters. They were taken out about a minute 40 into the game. Lob at the free throw line for Powers. Dribbles into the paint. Now bounce pass in the right corner for Pitts. Down low for Powers. Dribbles, and then she is fouled. Pushed from behind. That might be Kelsey Callis with a foul. That'll be Fort Morgan's 3rd as a team. Nope, instead it's Maddie Griffith committing her first. And Whitney Frasco's in for Callis. Offensive end, Pitts to throw it in. Looking, still looking. Gets rid of it, and the ball is intercepted by Griffith right near the free throw line. 7th turnover for the Falcons. Griffith dribbles by Nebb at midcourt. 5-on-4. Jump pass, cross court. Keller into the lane all the way. She banks and scores. A strong drive to the basket by Lauren Keller. To the left of the basket with the right hand, and the Mustangs on a 7-0 run with under 2 minutes to go, lead 7-2 in the first quarter from Skyline High School in Longmont. Shendell lobs it down low for Powers, turns, dribbles, banks, left hand, no good. Ball is tipped around, it's still loose, and Lauren Keller comes away with a basketball in front of the Fort Morgan bench, and then she has the ball tipped from behind. Mustang turnover. Then there's the lob towards Powers. The ball headed out of bounds, tries to save it in, and does to Pitts in the corner. Back out to Neb. Skyline resets with 1:33 to go, first quarter. Neb left of the lane, jump pass down low, Powers banks, and scores. Wide open. They didn't account for a Shayla Powers. And it's Fort Morgan 7, stopping that 7-0 run. Skyline 4. Cross-court pass, an arrow on thrown by Keller, intended for Bauman, and it's intercepted by Shendell. It's a 2-on-1 all the way. She banks, it spins around, and she misses. And the ball is loose, and it's picked up by Lauren Keller. Watch out from behind. Nice job of dribbling out of traffic. Timeout, Fort Morgan. That's a 60-second timeout. 1:08 to go in the first quarter, and the Mustangs lead 7-4, but it's one of these rare quarters. And it's very easy to detect that this is not good basketball because you have a combined 14 turnovers and only 11 points, 7 turnovers by each team. So Mitch Elrick talking it over with his club with 68 seconds to go in the first quarter. Well, you can hear Mitch Elrick from here. He is... I don't think I need them. I might turn this up. Yep. At the very moment I turned it up, he extended hands for the Mustang chant there. All right, here we go. Bauman, Keller, Griffith, Pelton, and Frasco for Fort Morgan with 1:08 to go in the first quarter. And the Mustangs with a 7-4 lead in Longmont. No substitution so far for the Falcons. They only go 9 deep. There's 4 on the bench, and 2 of them have warm-ups on. So Fort Morgan's going to be the deeper team. We know that already. They've played 10 players, and Skyline has only played 5. Griffith into the front court. Bounce pass to Keller in the left corner for Pelton. Fakes, kicks it back out to Keller. Keller left-handed dribble, left of the lane towards Pelton in the corner. Lost control of the basketball. It's loose. Keller picks it up in the lane. Back out to Bauman. Bauman right baseline. Cut off over there. Now dribbles into the lane. Little runner off the glass and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Shendell. Foul in the backcourt. I think that was Keller. It was either Keller or Pelton committing the foul off the rebound. And it was Lauren Keller. That'll be her first. Shendell, by the way, grabbed her 3rd rebound. Skyline basketball with 48 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Shayla Powers is the point guard. Cross-court pass, beautifully cut off by Keller. Keller with 1 to beat all the way. Banks misses, but she's fouled. Keller knows how to use her body probably better than anybody on this team in terms of drawing contact. 8th turnover for Skyline. Powers commits her 2nd foul. And Lauren Keller to shoot 2 for Fort Morgan. Engineering and consulting services for all of your projects. Western Engineering Consultants. Strong commitment to their clients' needs sets them apart. Get your project started the right way. Western Engineering Consultants. The first free throw is short. Second free throw upcoming. That is up, and that is around and no good. Spun out. And the rebound controlled by Powers. That's her 3rd. Powers picks up the dribble on the outside left to Pitts. Pitts hands it off to Neb in the left corner. Pitts dribbling underneath the basket, now down low, banking and missing, and then the ball is rebounded by Powers. She dropped it, picked it back up. 4th rebound for her, Shendell. Cross-court pass to Neb. Neb with 15 seconds to go. Neb picks up the dribble at the top for Shendell, guarded by Griffith. Down to 10 seconds remaining. Crossover dribble into the lane. The shot off the glass is too strong from 6 feet away. The rebound, Powers. Powers goes back up and scores. Right before the first quarter expires. 6 points and 5 rebounds for Shayla Powers, the 2nd leading scorer on the team. Leading scorers not dressed, and the Mustangs lead after 1. Fort Morgan 7, Skyline 6. It's a 1-minute break on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Let's begin the second quarter in the first of 2 games here from Skyline High School in Longmont. It'll be Skyline basketball, and off the entry pass, stepping on the line was Charlie Nebb. Well, Skyline picking up where they left off in the first quarter. They had 8 turnovers in the opening quarter. Fort Morgan had 7. Fort Morgan with a 7-6 lead. Bauman, Keller, Griffith. Here's Emma Wolf. Cross-court pass to Bauman. Nomera Longo out there as well. Bauman got stripped from behind. And now there is McRolla. Okay, McRolla's there. She was one of the 2 in warm-ups, and she was just not playing in the opening quarter. She's the leading scorer for this team, so Fort Morgan is even more shorthanded without Allie Christensen. Now we got a foul, and that's going to be an offensive foul. That offensive foul committed by Powers, I would have that as her 3rd. Yeah, it's not noted on the board, though. Here's Griffith the other way for Fort Morgan. Griffith on the outside right, bounce pass to Bauman. Bauman dribbles by Nev, feeds it at the top for Keller. Keller picks up her dribble on the high right for Griffith. Steps in, and we have a foul. That's a 3-second violation on Nomera Longo. She was just camped out there, and the Mustangs commit their 9th turnover. Both teams have more turnovers than points in the game. Pitts in the backcourt off the entry pass. Pitts then is fouled by Lauren Keller. Keller tried to position herself along the baseline, but it's Keller's 2nd. Fort Morgan with their 15th foul, and 4 for Skyline. With 7:20 to go, second quarter. Mustangs 7, Falcons 6. And 3/4 court, or checked at in the backcourt along the side. McRolla to throw it in. Allie McRolla lobs it towards the top, and the ball is, whoa, there's a foul? They're going to call that on Griffith? Yep, Griffith made body contact off that errant pass towards midcourt, and Griffith commits her 2nd. So the Mustangs have 2 players with 2 fouls, Griffith and Keller. There's the inbounds pass to Pitts. Pitts right of the paint, feeds it, right corner, wide open. Powers 3 is off the back of the rim, and the rebound to Pitts. Over to Shendell. And now the 3 straight away by Nebb is off the back of the rim, no good. And looks like there's a tie-up for the rebound between Powers and Emma Wolf. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan. So the Mustangs have it going the other way, leading 7-6. They've committed 16 fouls, so got to be tight defensively before this turns into a lot of free throws in the second quarter. In the backcourt, Bauman to Wolf, still in the backcourt to Bauman, now to Wolf. Near the timeline to Maddie Griffith, overhead pass, intercepted, intended for Pelton, taken away by Shayla Powers. 10th turnover for Fort Morgan. On the high right, Nebb with a left-handed dribble, feeds it back out to Shendell, and then that was definitely a foul on Bauman. Way too tight with the defense. That's a 1-and-1 situation. Yeah, the 17th foul. They got to know that there's free throws there involved. Come on, guys. Got 3 officials there. And all right, Bauman commits her 1st. 1-and-1 here. Charlie Nebb to the line for Skyline. The only one who scored for Skyline is Shayla Powers with 6 points. She can tie the game if she makes this free throw. Spinning. Shooting. Missing off the back of the rim. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Maddie Griffith. Griffith for Fort Morgan crosses over into the front court. On the high right to Bauman. Bauman with a dribble, then picks up the dribble. Right of the lane to Pelton. Had the ball stripped, picked up by Bauman on the high right. Now to Griffith. Griffith had the ball stripped from behind. It's loose, tie-up, and, they're going to say a foul instead. One was calling a jump, the other calling a foul, and that foul would be against Griffith. And I've got that as number 3, unless, again, they don't post these on the board, so I could have made a miscue there, but nonetheless, another turnover for Fort Morgan. Yeah, that should not be an offensive foul. Are they going to call that player control? All right, Griffith is out probably for the remainder of the half. If she does have 3 fouls, Autumn Wheatley is in. Still 7-6. Neither team has scored here early in the second quarter. And Skyline comes the other way with Charlie Nebb. Nebb feeds it to McRolla. McRolla, left-handed dribble on the high left to Pitts. Maddie Pitts into the paint, pulls up 12-footer. It's a round and good. They got a lot of the rim in the backboard. It went in. And Skyline has reclaimed the lead. It's 8-7. On the high left, Wolf with the basketball. Bounces it back out to Keller. Keller back on the high right to Bauman. Bauman overhead pass to Keller straight away. Left corner for Wolf. Right-handed dribble, left of the lane. Now the bounce pass was too low for Bauman, but she picks it up, gets it to Keller right of the lane, in the lane all the way. And then the shot partially blocked. Taken away by Pitts. Here's the long pass to Neb. Crossover dribble. Layup is up and in. Well, that's a nice move there by Charlie Neb. Skyline on a 4-0 run. They lead 10-7. 5:35 to go. Emma Wolf had the ball taken away, but it was on the end line for Charlie Neb right in front of the Skyline bench. So Fort Morgan with a basketball. 3/4 court. Keller to throw it in. Mustangs looking for their first points of the quarter as they trail 10-7. They did have a 7-2 lead, so this is now an 8-0 run for Skyline. And offense has been an issue the entire season for Fort Morgan. Pelton to Keller. Keller on the high left. Left corner Wolf penetrates. Jump pass down low, but that was read beautifully by Shendell, and she jumped along with Emma Wolf, and she picked it off. Another turnover for Fort Morgan. That's their 12th. Then the shot in the lane is missed by Shayla Powers, but she's hacked in the act. And the foul is committed by Destiny Pelton of Fort Morgan. And there's a thinner bench there for Skyline, but they're not committing the fouls. Fort Morgan is. They've got 9 fouls to the Mustangs, and Skyline with 4. Shayla Powers to the stripe, and the free throw is perfect. 5-0 run for Skyline. Bauman is out, and Whitney Frasco is in. It's 11-7, 5:17 to go before the break. Bending is Powers shooting and connecting, nothing but string. And the lead is now 5. 10-0 run for Skyline. Here is Wheatley in the backcourt. Then she throws it right into the hands of Shayla Powers, and then a foul by Wheatley. 10-team foul, double bonus. Boy, Fort Morgan looks atrocious on offense here. Just terrible. 14 turnovers in less than 11 minutes of basketball. I mean, they've got to stop this. I mean, I hate to be that harsh, of course. I mean, Skyline's not that much better, but they do have a 5-point lead, and the free throw is in and out. Skyline's committed just 1 turnover in this quarter after 8 in the opening quarter, so they have cleaned up their game, but the Mustangs have regressed here in this quarter. Second free throw is in. Powers now has 9 in the game. She's outscoring Fort Morgan by herself. And it's 13-7. Mitch Elrick with a very good timeout. The Mustangs got to do something to reclaim the momentum. And quite frankly, even though Fort Morgan's 4-7, they're way, way too good of a basketball team to make a lot of these mistakes. Way too good of a team. And again, Skyline doesn't utilize as many players. If you can somehow get 1 or 2 players into foul trouble, that would compromise them. But right now it's Fort Morgan that is compromised as Skyline is on an 11-0 run and lead 13-7. Frasco, Pelton, Keller, Wheatley, and Emma Wolf for Fort Morgan. Shendell, McRolla, along with Powers, Neb, and Pitts for Skyline. There's the inbounds pass to Emma Wolf underneath her own basket. Wolf with a left-handed dribble, picks up her dribble, still in the backcourt to Keller. Crossover dribble and crosses the timeline. Keller into the lane all the way, puts it up off the bottom of the rim. Tried to draw the contact and could not. Maddie Pitts comes away with a rebound. It's a 2-on-1, but backing it out now is Neb. Neb left baseline. Shendell, she leans, she banks, and she scores to the left of the basket. And it's now a 13-0 run for Skyline. They lead 15-7. 4:37 to go, second quarter. Wheatley with a basketball near the timeline, back out to Wolf. Emma Wolf with a right-handed dribble. Wolf met by Powers, kicks it back out to Keller. Now to Wolf on the high right. Wolf, cross court, here to Wheatley. Wheatley fakes, dribbles left baseline all the way, has a shot blocked by Shendell, and then it went off of Wheatley out of bounds right into Wheatley's body. Kelsey Callis will check in, and now clearly the Mustangs feel the loss here of Allie Christensen. Without Christensen today, it's almost like losing 2 players because they have not scored since the first quarter, and we're nearly midway through the second. On the high right, Schendel, entry pass to Powers, right baseline. Pitts, little 10-footer, yes. Maddie Pitts scores. It is now a 15-0 run for Skyline. Keller the other way, collides with Frasco, with her own teammate. And here is McRolla. The pass is knocked out of bounds. Nice job by Kelsey Callis. But again, Fort Morgan now with 15 turnovers. And timeout called by Skyline and head coach Kirk Blackard. With 3:50 to go, 3-5-0 in the opening half. Skyline leads 17-7. Numero Longo had the first bucket for Fort Morgan. Lauren Keller also scored, and then Maddie Griffith with 2 free throws, and Kelsey Callis with a free throw. That's it, all in the first quarter. Fort Morgan has gone well over 5 minutes of game time without scoring. And they are trailing 17-7. And are trying to figure out a way to get this done, at least come back. Allie Bauman is going to check in even before we come out of it. Oh, she can't check in yet. Not right out of the timeout. McRolla lobs it in to Powers as the shot partially blocked by Keller from behind. And the rebound by Kelsey Callis. Nice defense there by both Keller and Callis. The other way, Emma Wolf with a right-handed dribble. Kicks it back out to Keller. Keller straight away, right of the lane. Keller maintains the dribble, now picks it back up over to Wheatley. Wheatley on the high right against McRolla. Bounce pass right of the paint to Frasco. Puts it up off the glass, got nothing but glass from about 7 feet away. And the ball trying to be saved in by Skyline, and it's out of bounds off of Schendel. Fort Morgan retains possession. Here comes Bauman in for Wolf. Still a 10-point lead for Skyline, 3:23 to go. And we are in quarter number 2, right at the top of the hour. This is KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan, Morgan County's B106. I'm John Beltran from Skyline High School in Longmont. Keller penetrates right baseline, pulls up, and she misses it. Puts up an air ball, but Kelsey Callis has the basketball for Fort Morgan. Now to Keller in the lane, 14-footer straight away, back rimmed it. The rebound to Callis, and she's fouled. Well, the Mustangs stayed persistent there. Kelsey Callis will step to the stripe, and the foul was committed by Powers. That's at least her third. I've got 5 team fouls. That's at least her third. Molly Hennessy about to check in. The free throw by Callis is off the back of the rim. Fort Morgan still looking for their first point here in the second quarter with 3:08 to go, and now Powers is out. That could be her 4th foul. They don't mark it on the board, but I thought I had 4 on her, even though we're still in the first half. Second free throw for Kelsey Callis is up, and that is off the bottom of the rim. Wheatley, though, has the rebound for Fort Morgan, and she is fouled. Now by Schendel. And for Schendel, that's her first, but it's only the 16th foul. So Fort Morgan will not get a free throw until the next foul is committed by Skyline. And Fort Morgan has also struggled from the line. Only 3 out of 8. Here is Keller on the left baseline. Back out to Bauman. Bauman at the top on the high right to Callis. Under 3 minutes to go. Second quarter, Skyline 17, Fort Morgan 7. Bounce pass timeline. Bauman, free throw line, Frasco. Right wing, three-pointer. Wheatley is no good off the front of the rim. Rebound, Callis. She banks and she misses, and she's fouled. And that's going to be McRolla committing the foul for Skyline. Callis will get another shot from the stripe. Now, that's not 2-2. The referee signaled 2-2. That's 2-5 who committed the foul. He's got to be looking at the number. That's McRolla who committed the foul. The other one's on the bench. All right, so 2 free throws for Callis. She's only 1 out of 4 for the line, and she's going to make one here. And this one is up, and it's not that one. It's way short. A lot of arms on her free throws, not enough legs. But I think she'll make this one to get the Mustangs on the board with 2:48 to go in the second quarter. She bends, she shoots, and that one hits the bottom of the net. Oh, boy. No, that's the last time I'll make a prediction. Yeah, just a lot of arms and not enough arc on that one. So still a 10-point lead. Fort Morgan is scoreless in the second quarter. Here's McRolla on the outside left to Hennessy just into the game. Hennessy tried to hand it off to Neb, lost it, and then got it back. On the outside left, Pitts with the basketball. Now to Schendel. Schendel into the lane. Little 7-foot pull-up off the glass. No good. And the rebound controlled by Fort Morgan's Kelsey Callis. She's played very well with the rebounding side. From that side, she's got 5 rebounds. Bauman dribbles out of traffic over to Keller. Keller on the high left. Dribbles in between 2. Then tries to put up a wild shot, and she's fouled again. Knowing how to draw the contact is Keller. She will go to the stripe. The foul was committed by Maddie Pitts. Now Keller missed 2 free throws earlier. And again, Fort Morgan from the line is 3 out of 10. Nomera Longo checks in for Callis. Let's see if Keller can break this slump. Just takes 1 at this point to get this to single digits. And this free throw is off to the left. No, it was a 1-and-1 situation. The rebound to Frasco. Here's Wheatley in the lane. Her runner is around and no good. And Maddie Pitts grabs the rebound. So the other way, here comes Skyline. And then the entry pass is intercepted by Lauren Keller. Skyline with only their 2nd turnover of the quarter. With a basketball on the front court is Keller on the high right. Maddie Griffith on the bench with 3 fouls. But we're down to 1:47 to go. Fort Morgan has not scored in the 2nd quarter. They trail by 10. Wheatley traveled. Lost control of her footing. And that is 16 turnovers on Fort Morgan. Skyline had 8 in the opening quarter, only 2 in the second. So we have 26 combined turnovers and 24 combined points. That tells you what's happening in this game. McRolla the other way for Skyline. McRolla hands it off over to Molly Hennessy. Jump pass over to Neb. Now on the high left to McRolla. The leading scorer on this team has not scored tonight. And now the long shot from 3 is no good. And Schendel tips it out of bounds. It was missed by McRolla. And that will be Fort Morgan basketball. They've got 85 seconds to score in the 2nd quarter. Inbounds pass to Keller. Keller near the timeline to Frasco. Now to Bauman. Bauman cross court to Keller. Keller all the way. The shot off the glass and in. Lauren Keller with 1:16 to go. Lays it in. That's the first point for Fort Morgan in the entire 2nd quarter. And believe it or not, despite that slump, they're only down by 8. Schendel dribbles right in the lane, and then she's fouled. That'll be 2 free throws. 19 foul, I should. No, it's the 11th foul. I was looking the wrong way. Wheatley commits it for Fort Morgan. So 2 free throws for Schendel. She's got a couple of points tonight. And she can extend the lead back to 10. This free throw is in. It rattles home. She's got 3 in the game. 18-9 Skyline. And even 1 minute to go in quarter number 2. 2nd free throw. Bending, shooting, and missing in and out. Pitts grabs the rebound, and no whistle. She missed it, but Schendel picks it up. Left-handed hook is short. In fact, it's an air ball. And Frasco picks it out of the air for Fort Morgan. Bauman jump pass over to Keller. Keller cross-court high right to Wheatley. Wheatley bounce pass inside towards Pelton. Pelton trapped. She's double-teamed. Back out in the corner to Wheatley. Left-handed dribble at the top. 36 seconds to go in the 2nd. Skyline 18, Fort Morgan 9. Entry pass tipped away, taken by Keller. Keller's fouled. That'll be the 19th foul. That might be Pitts again. Yep, it is. And for Maddie Pitts, that's her 2nd. Another 1-and-1 situation here. Keller, though, is normally a decent free throw shooter. 0 for 3 in this game. With Fort Morgan down by 9. And the free throw by the junior is in the air, and that one is around and good. Got every part of the rim and back of the rim, and it went down. 18-10. 2nd free throw coming up for Lauren Keller. And they have needed her productivity in the 2nd quarter because that's all they got, and that one's good. Keller's got 4 points in the quarter. That's all Fort Morgan has 6 in the game. They're only down by 7. 28 seconds to go before halftime. McRolla crosses midcourt with a basketball. Left-handed dribble. Feeds it back out to Hennessy at the free throw line. Cross court. Here is Neb. 15-footer off the back of the rim. Pitts grabs the rebound. She's been very good with the boards. Over to McRolla all the way. Scoops it up. Misses. Foul, Fort Morgan. That's a foul on Destiny Pelton. That'll be her 3rd. And McRolla, the leading scorer at 15 points a game this year, looking for her first points of this game. Mustangs were down by as many as 10. Now a 7-point game, and it's an 8-point game. The free throw is good. That's one of the differences. Skyline has been better at the free throw line than Fort Morgan. Even though the Mustangs have attempted more. Second free throw, yes. And they are now 6 out of 8 from the line. Make it 6 out of 9. 20-11. 10 seconds to go. Front court to Frasco with 7. Frasco to Wheatley with 5. On the outside left to Keller. Penetrates all the way. Banks and scores. Lauren Keller right before the buzzer. Keller scored 6 points in the last 76 seconds of the second quarter. And as a result, the Mustangs only trail by 7. It says 20-11 on the board. That should have counted. That should have counted. It is Skyline 20, Fort Morgan 13. We'll have to check that. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they got to count that. On Morgan County's B106, it's a 3-minute break. B106 and B106.com. All right, let's head to the third quarter, and let's see if they're going to correct that score. It still says 20-11. But they should award them with the 2 points that were tallied 11 minutes ago. There you go, finally. Oh, that's awful. Took that long. I guess they had to let the entire halftime clock wind down or something. So here we go. Griffith, Keller, Numerolongo, Wheatley, and Frasco to begin the second half for Fort Morgan. McRolla, Neb, Pitts, Shendell, and Shayla Powers in foul trouble for Skyline. And Maddie Griffith is 3 fouls for Fort Morgan. Skyline basketball. Here is McRolla. Bounce pass left of the lane to Shendell. Jump pass down low and banking and scoring and being fouled as Powers fouled by Numerolongo, and Powers to the line. She's got 11. And the lead is up to 9 for Skyline. Numerolongo commits her first. That's a good look by Shendell. And Numerolongo's out of there, and Pelton is in just like that. 13 seconds into the second half. Shayla Powers averaging 13 points a game this year. Misses the free throw, and Pelton chases it down in the corner for Fort Morgan. That's her first board. On the outlet to Griffith. Griffith, jump pass on the outside left to Keller all the way. She banks and scores. Nobody's cutting off Keller. She loves that left side of the lane, and Keller now has 10. Fort Morgan to within 7, 22-15. The problem is she's their only offense. I mean, Keller has scored 67% of the points for Fort Morgan tonight. Bounce pass to McRolla, right of the lane to Powers against Pelton. Leans, left-handed shot, no good. And the rebound to Maddie Griffith of Fort Morgan, her fourth. Griffith has to get out of traffic. Griffith's overhead pass in the front court to Keller. On the left baseline, here is Pelton, and she traveled. Yep, that's a clear travel. 17 turnover on the Mustangs. But if they can just get some offensive rhythm, they're only down 7, and Keller has rescued this team. They were down by 10 at one point. The entry pass is tipped. It's loose, and it's picked up by Pitts. Pitts with 1 to beat. Pitts all the way, lays it up and in. Maddie Pitts now has 6. Back to a 9-point lead. Griffith dribbles by 2, dribbles by 3. It's a 2-on-1. Oh, but Griffith had a wide-open Pelton, but she banked and scored anyway. Maddie Griffith with some nifty moves to the right of the basket, banked and scored. 24-17. Offenses are picking up. Shendell the other way, left baseline to Neb. Little 10-footer is around and no good. And the ball is rebounded by Whitney Frasco. Frasco with the outlet pass to Wheatley. Wheatley on the high right. Here's Griffith in the front court. Griffith right baseline is fouled. That's going to be a foul on the floor there by Charlie Neber first. We thought it could be the first of 30 the way it was going. But now Skyline with a 24-17 lead. It was a 7-point lead at the break. At the top, Wheatley on the outside left to Keller. Left corner wide open. Griffith 3 is off the back of the rim, but it's chased down. A far long rebound there for Frasco. Entry pass to Keller in the lane. She scoops it up and misses. And the rebound is Schendel. Schendel dribbles by 2. Schendel across the timeline with Griffith to beat. Schendel banks it in. Oh, what a shot. High off the glass for Schendel. We got a whistle here. Schendel with 6. And the lead is up to 9, 26-17. Skyline's been very aggressive offensively. Bauman is in for Griffith. In the backcourt, the inbounds pass to Bauman. Bauman still to Pelton. Spins it back out over to Wheatley. Wheatley on the outside left at the free throw line, in the lane. Bounce pass over to Frasco. Now here is Bauman stepping in. Free throw line to Pelton. Little 10-foot pull-up is off the back of the rim. No good. Pelton's got the rebound. Pelton banks and scores. Right off the glass for Pelton. Little 5-footer. Destiny Pelton scores for the first time. Fort Morgan to within 7. Schendel the other way. Looked like she traveled, but instead, I think she was going to be fouled. Are they going to count that? I don't think they should count it. That's continuation there. She was fouled, but I don't think it was in the act of shooting. They might actually count that shot that went off the glass. Nope, they won't. Yeah, that's a good call. The foul was committed by Autumn Wheatley. That'll be her second. Team second. Skyline's committed 1. 5:40 to go, third quarter. Skyline 26, Fort Morgan 19. McRolla to throw it in. Lobs it towards the top to Powers. Back out over there to Schendel. On the high right, here's Charlie Nebb, guarded by Frasco. Entry pass to Schendel. Turns left-handed hook. Is around and off to the left. Autumn Wheatley with a Fort Morgan rebound, her third. Autumn Wheatley dribbles into the front court. Wheatley picks up the dribble. On the outside left, here's Keller. Keller trapped on the left baseline. He's going to have to kick it back out. No, she puts up a shot instead, and it's partially blocked and out of bounds. But it's off of Pelton trying to chase it down. And now we have Griffith into the game for Frasco. Mustangs need all types of offense. Down by 7. It was 20-13 at the break, 26-19 right now. The entry pass in the backcourt to Schendel, pressured by Bauman. Schendel with a right-handed dribble. She'll do it all by herself across the timeline. Schendel jump past the pit, steps in. 15-footer is off the front of the rim. And Wheatley tried to save the rebound, but it went off her hand, and what are they going to call there? Apparently it's off of Skyline, out of bounds. Maddie Pitts had tried to pick it up, but her foot was on the end line, so Fort Morgan basketball approaching the 5-minute mark of the third. And Maddie Griffith in the backcourt hands it off to Keller. Lauren Keller picks up the dribble over to Griffith, crosses midcourt. Griffith along the right side, strip, she got it back, pulls up, shot is good. On that right block, about a 10-footer for Maddie Griffith. Swish, she's got 6, the Mustangs to within 5. 4:45 to go, Schendel, jump pass, cross-court, Nebb. Little 11-footers around and good. Oh my gosh, she got every part of the rim and it went down for Charlie Nebb on the left side. 28-21, and we've got a foul at midcourt. That's an offensive foul on Bauman. Running over McRolla. Bauman with her second. The turnovers have been kept to a minimum in the quarter. Emma Wolf comes in for Bauman. Fort Morgan with only 2 turnovers and Skyline with none. Much better basketball here in the third quarter than we saw in the opening half when the teams combined for 26 turnovers, 16 by Fort Morgan. Baseball pass in the corner. It's intercepted over there by Autumn Wheatley. It's a 2-on-1. Wheatley, though, has to slow it down and back it up. Wheatley bounce pass to Keller, left of the lane, all the way. She banks and she misses. Too short. Schendel with a rebound, fouled in the backcourt. It's going to be her 5th rebound. It's one of 2 Mustangs that were fighting for the ball. It's going to be on Autumn Wheatley. That is her 3rd. Team's 4th. Molly Hennessy will check in. Who's she coming in for? There's 6 players out there. Charlie Nebb will be checking out. And to throw it in will be Allie McRolla. In the backcourt with Skyline up by 7. Here's the pass into Schendel. Schendel will set it up for Skyline. On the high right, here's McRolla. Fakes the 3, steps in, and then she's fouled Lauren Keller looked like she got her with a body. That's the 5th team foul. That's not good for Fort Morgan. They're going to be sending this team to the line. Keller with her 3rd personal. We've not even played half of the quarter, and they've committed 5 fouls. McRolla lobs it into Hennessy on the right baseline. Powers, right corner. McRolla, wide open 3, is off the back of the rim. It bounces high, and it goes through for Allie McRolla. 31-21. 5-0 run. Terrible pass by Griffith in the front court. Intercepted by Pitts. Jump pass to Powers. Left-handed shot. Missed it off the glass, and the rebound to Maddie Griffith. She's fouled by Powers in the back court. If that's Powers, I mean, nope. I think that was Zepp. They're going to call it on Schindel instead. Mustangs caught a break. That could have been a 12-point lead there for Skyline. Skyline's on a 5-0 run, which is big in a low-scoring game. In the backcourt, Keller passes to Wolf, now to Keller. Over to Griffith. Maddie Griffith picks up the dribble, now to Keller. Front court pass to Wolf. Wolf lobs it, tipped away, but back into the hands of Wolf. Lobs it down low, Numero Longo. She puts it up, and she misses short. She gets the rebound, banks, and she misses again. And then the ball's taken by Keller straight away. Shot off the right side of the rim. Numero Longo has it and scores. What a lot of chances there for Fort Morgan. And Numero Longo finally put it in. 31-23. Inside, a shot off the bottom of the backboard, but fouled hard was McRolla. She'll go to the stripe. With 3:16 to go, 3rd quarter, Mustangs trail 31-23. That's Lauren Keller's 4th. Well, they're going to say it was not in the act of shooting. She's going to have to come out. I've got it as her 4th, but again, they're not noting that on the scoreboard, so I could be off. McRolla's pass is intercepted by Numero Longo. Not sure what she saw there. 12th turnover for Skyline. Maddie Griffith into the front court with a crossover dribble. On the right baseline here is Keller, and she took too many steps. Turnover number 20 for Fort Morgan. And here comes Bauman in for Keller. Yeah, that's got to be 4 on her. She more than likely will sit out the remainder of the 3rd quarter with Skyline leading 31-23, 3:06 to go. And again, the Mustangs just need a little bit of a run. They're hanging with Skyline here. Schindel with a 3-on-2. Right baseline, Hennessy, lob down low. Beautiful interception by Numero Longo. Here comes Maddie Griffith out of the pack. 13 turnover for the Falcons. Griffith right of the lane. Her floater's up and no good. And we've got a whistle and a defensive foul. Looked like a blocking foul. Yeah, on McRolla. McRolla commits her 2nd. Yeah, Coach Blackard wanted a charging call against Griffith. Maddie Griffith has 4 points in the quarter and make it 5. The free throw's good. 7 in the game. Lauren Keller leads the Mustangs with 10, but she's on the bench with 4 fouls. Fort Morgan has drawn to within 7. That's where we were at halftime. 2nd free throw is off to the left, and the rebound into the hands of a Shayla Powers, her 6th rebound. Across the timeline on the outside right. Right corner to Hennessy. Kicks it back out to Schindel. Schindel back out to Hennessy. Thinks about the 3. Takes the 3. Misses the 3. Rebound put back up and missed by Pitts. And then the ball is loose. It's on the floor. There's going to be a tie up there. Let's see where the possession arrow is pointing. And it is pointing in Fort Morgan's direction. Mustangs still with a shot. Neb coming into the game. Colorado Plains Medical Center has experienced physicians and a highly trained surgical team trained in the latest surgical procedures. Explore what procedures are possible in your hometown. Colorado Plains Medical Center. Maddie Griffith in the backcourt to Wolf. Wolf with a left-handed dribble. Wolf still in the backcourt. Bounce pass to Frasco. On the outside left to Bauman. Lob down low for Numero Longo. She puts it up and in! Off the window. Numero Longo's a force down low. She's got 6 in the game. Nice look there by Frasco, and then Bauman commits a foul just across midcourt. I'm not sure what she was doing there. I mean, there was no way she was going to come up with a steal. She didn't have the angle. Coach Elrick telling his Mustang, Allie Bauman, use the feet a little bit there because there was no way. That was just a tough one for Allie. That's her 3rd foul. The problem is that 17 fouls already for Fort Morgan, and with a 5-point deficit, Skyline's going to be at the line for the remainder of the game. And the free throw is off the left side of the rim. However, Powers has the basketball off the miss from McRolla. Schindel right baseline. Back out to McRolla. 3 in the air. Is off the back of the rim. And Allie Bauman, beautiful box out for the rebound. That's her first rebound. That's a big one for Fort Morgan. Here's Bauman, left-handed dribble. Then she lost control of the basketball. She's on the floor, and it's picked up by Skyline. There was no contact there. Here's a 5-on-3. McRolla had the pass go off a leg of Whitney Frasco, then bodied up and fouled by Frasco. Yeah, that's a good call. Mustangs are a little bit too tight on the defense. They've got to back off a little bit. You don't want to give them free opportunities at the line. Frasco with her second. And McRolla with a 1-and-1 situation. Griffith and Bauman are out. Numerolongo's also out. So the Mustangs have Callis, Frasco, Wolf, Wheatley, and now Griffith is in there. And again, Alyssa McRolla from the line. And the free throw is good. Only 5 points in the game for the team's leading scorer this season. Second free throw, yes. Fort Morgan trails 33-26. They're still in this game. McRolla's out. Hennessy is in for Skyline. Here comes Griffith the other way for Fort Morgan. Dribbles by Pitts. Free throw line for Wheatley. Left-handed dribble. Bounce pass towards Callis. Ball loose on the floor. Callis picks it up. Dribbles out of traffic. Nice job by Kelsey. Back out to Wolf. Wolf straight away. Left of the lane. Spins it back out to Griffith. At the free throw line. 15-footers off to the left. Rebound Callis. She puts it up and in. Kelsey Callis has 3 points and now 6 rebounds in the game. Fort Morgan to within 5. 33-28, a minute 14 to go. Shendell, middle of the lane all the way. She banks and she misses at the wide open layup. Wheatley comes away with the basketball. Wheatley tries to get rid of it. Flat on her back, she finds Wolf. That's a great play by Autumn Wheatley. Wheatley from Wolf has the basketball. Left-handed dribble in the lane. Wheatley, right corner. Frasco's shot is well short from 15. And then we got a foul from behind. Skyline went over the back. That was Maddie Pitts as Wheatley had position. Maddie Pitts with her third foul. That's the team's fourth. Fort Morgan only down by 5. They are playing better in terms of taking care of the basketball. Maddie Griffith to throw it in. Griffith lobs it at the top of the three-point circle for Callis. Outside right to Wolf. Hands it off to Griffith. Griffith with 50 seconds to go, and Fort Morgan trailing 33-28 is fouled by Nebb. That'll be the 15th foul. Nebb with her second. Just a little body foul. You know how quick Maddie Griffith can be. And she juked Nebb into thinking she was going to make a move that she didn't. 3/4 court to the left of the Mustang bench. Wolf will trigger it into Griffith. Maddie Griffith against Pitts. Dribbles right in the lane by defender. Pulls up from 10. It's off the back of the rim. Shendell with a rebounder. 6 for Skyline. Trapped in the corner. There's the outlet pass to Powers. Here's McRolla. It's a 3-on-2. Left of the lane. All the way. Right-handed layup. Yes. Off the glass for McRolla. She's got 7 in the quarter, 8 in the game. It's a 7-point lead once again for Skyline. 25 seconds to go, third quarter. With the basketball is Griffith on the outside right, all the way, lays it up and in, underhanded. A beautiful move by Maddie Griffith. 7 in the quarter, 9 in the game, down to a 5-point lead. McRolla the other way, all the way. She is tripped up and fouled. That'll be the 19th foul. I don't think it was on the shot. We're going to see. But definitely a foul on Fort Morgan. They didn't cut her off at all. The foul is called on Emma Wolf. That's her first. Yeah, 1-and-1 situation, 19th foul. So it was on the floor, forcing McRolla to make the free throw. She does. McRolla's got 8 in the quarter, 9 in the game. Second free throw upcoming for McRolla. It's up, and that's in and out. But Shendell has the rebound, banks, scores, and she's fouled. Boy, you cannot allow an offensive player to grab a rebound off a missed free throw, and the foul was committed. Looks like Frasco committed it. And Shendell to the line. She's got 8. And the lead is 8. Well, that's a tough stretch here for Fort Morgan. They were just down by 5, and now they're still down by 5. But a missed free throw. Powers grabs the rebound. Back out to Shendell. 4 seconds to go. Right wing, McRolla. 3 is up, and that is short. And then the putback is up, and that's missed by Powers. Well, Fort Morgan got a break. It could have been a 10-point lead. After 3 instead, it's Skyline 38, Fort Morgan 30. 1 minute, back in 1 minute on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. And off the inbounds pass, 2 passes made, then Powers was wide open underneath the basket, and she banked it in. Fort Morgan is now down by 10, 40-30. Powers now has 13 in the game. Here's Emma Wolf, left baseline. Bounce pass down low for Wheatley. Ball tipped away. Taken by Pelton. On the outside right to Griffith. Griffith, jump pass straight away to Frasco. Now here's Wheatley inside the three-point line. Scores. On the left side, Wheatley hits a big one. Lauren Keller is still on the bench because she's got 4 fouls. She was taken out just with over 3 minutes to go in the third. It's 40-32 Skyline. Outside right, McRolla with a basketball. Lob down low, poked away by Pelton, chased down by McRolla in the corner. Here's Charlie Nebb, who gets a pick, swings it left side for Pitts. Pitts dribbles to her right, straight away for Nebb. Back on the high right, McRolla. And even 7 minutes to go. Fort Morgan trails by 8. Schendel steps in, 12-footer, yes. Schendel now has 10. The lead is 10, 42-32. 6:48 to go in the game. Frasco, cross-court pass to Wolf. Wide open, left wing 3. Yes, it rattles home for Emma Wolf. That draws Fort Morgan to within 7. That was the deficit at the break. On the outside right, Powers. Bounce pass to McRolla. Dribbles all the way. She banks it up and in. No Morgan player was there to stop her. Little layup there for McRolla. And she's having a huge second half. She's got 11 in the game. The lead is 9. Maddie Griffith, cross-court to Frasco. Her shot is off the back of the rim from 15. Rebounded on one hop by Charlie Nebb. With 6:14 to go in the game. On the outside left, Schendel dribbles, banks, and scores, and a Mustang foul on Destiny Pelton. Again, no Fort Morgan player there to guard her until she got to the basket. And Schendel to the line. Pelton commits her 4th, and the lead is 11. 46-35. Lauren Keller now in with Kelsey Callis. Wheatley and Pelton are out. And again, Fort Morgan has scored more than 50 points in only 1 game this season. That's it. And this is their 12th game. And Schendel's getting a free throw and missing it off the back of the rim. The rebound to Pitts, though. Pitts goes back up. She banks and misses. And then the rebound to Schendel. She banks and misses. She gets it again. And she has the shot blocked out of there. Maddie Griffith comes away with a basketball. The jump pass to Keller. Keller into the paint all the way, and it's an offensive foul. And that's going to disqualify her from the game if indeed she did have 4 at that point. I think that's it. Yep. And that's a good call. McRolla was right there to take the contact. And if that was her 5th, we'll find out unless I had it incorrect. Yep. Well, there's 5 players out there now, including Keller. But I believe that was her 5th foul. You've got 30 seconds to make the substitution. And that's it. Lauren Keller, Fort Morgan's leading scorer tonight, is fouled out. She was in there for less than a minute. And Skyline now calls a timeout, up by 11 with 5:53 to go in the game. It's 46-35. The boys' game coming up. That'll probably start. Estimated time about 7:10 is the estimated time because we still have 5 minutes and 53 seconds to go in this game. And if Fort Morgan does not rally, then they will fall to 0-5 in league play. We'll reset the lineups here. That offensive foul is a Mustang turnover, their 22nd of the game. Skyline with 13. Schendel, Nebb, Powers, McRolla, and Pitts for Skyline. They are already on the floor. Fort Morgan still hasn't broken up their huddle in front of their bench, but Kelsey Callis, Emma Wolf, Maddie Griffith, Clementina Numerolongo, and Whitney Frasco for Fort Morgan. And the Mustangs will pressure, and they've committed 11 fouls. That's why this half is taking so much longer. 7:10 could be an early start time. And the entry pass is poked out of bounds. It stays with Skyline. Yeah, sometimes it takes about 15 minutes to play 5 minutes and 51 seconds at the high school level or longer. It really depends upon the number of fouls. There's the lob into Neb. Neb with a left-handed dribble, crossing the timeline. Long pass to Pitts, and she banks it in, and she's fouled by Callis. Oh, boy. Yeah, there was no way that Fort Morgan could make a play there. Callis should have just let her go. And it's a 13-point lead now for Skyline. This was a 33-28 game. And the free throw, it's nope. Let's see what happened there. Well, they didn't count it, so she'll take it now. Emma Wolf is out. Allie Bauman is in. This has turned into a nice run here for Skyline. 15-7 run. Not a huge one, but significant enough to stretch the lead. Here comes the free throw. Come on. Let's go, official. Let's get to it. Maddie Pitts spins, shoots, and misses back rim, but the rebound to Powers in the lane. She turns, hooks, and scores. Wow. Powers now with 15. The lead is 15, 50-35. On the outside right, Bauman steps in. At the top now for Griffith in the lane, pulls up from 10 and hits the bottom of the rim, and going up and fouled is Wheatley. McRolla commits the foul. Wheatley to the line. Third foul. Now we have so many stoppages here. Way too many stoppages. The Wheatley free throw is up, and that's good. Autumn Wheatley's got 3 points all in this quarter. Pelton is in. Nomera Longo is out. It's 50-36. Fort Morgan was right in this game for a while, but Skyline has broken it wide open. Still plenty of time, but Lauren Keller has fouled out of the game, and it's good. 50-37. Pass into Charlie Nebb. She crosses midcourt. Let's see if we can play at least 30 seconds without a whistle blowing. Over to Schendel, crossover dribble, jump pass to Pitts. 15-footer left side, back rimmed it, and the ball is tipped around. It's into the hands of Powers. In the right corner to Schendel. Powers now with 10 rebounds. Down low, Powers hooking, and, oh, that should be a travel. It is. Turnover number 14, and Skyline will not pressure because they're up by 13. They want Fort Morgan to bring the ball up the court. We are under 5 minutes to go. Here's Maddie Griffith on the outside right. Bounce pass in the corner. Over to Pelton. Back to Griffith. Griffith right baseline underneath. And then the ball is tipped away. Deflected. Intercepted by Schendel. That's 23 turnovers for Fort Morgan. Schendel in the lane. Schendel's going to back it out to McRolla. Fakes the three. Steps to her left. In the lane all the way. She misses and she's fouled. She'll go to the stripe. Again, we can't go more than 30 seconds without a whistle. And that foul is committed by Kelsey Callis. That's her second. And Allie McRolla to shoot two. And the free throw is short. She had that big third quarter with 8 of her 11 points. Nomera Longo back in for Callis. Second free throw upcoming. And that's up and that's in. 51-37. Mustangs, again, they haven't scored more than 50 points in every game this season but one. So this looks like almost an impossible task. Autumn Wheatley with a left-handed dribble. Back out to Griffith. Right wing three in the air. That's good. Maddie Griffith scores from 3. And a timeout called by Fort Morgan. 4:23 to go, down by 11. 12 points for Maddie Griffith. 10 of those in the second half. But again, if they get to the 50-point mark, it would only be the second time this season. But they've got to make some defensive stops. And they were out-rebounding. They were out-rebounding Skyline in the first half. But Skyline has picked it up a little bit more here in the second half. So 51-40, 4:23 to go in the game. Next games will be on Tuesday night on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel will have the call. And Brian Nickel will be at Fort Morgan High School for the Meade Mavericks and the Fort Morgan Mustangs, with the girls game Tuesday night at 5:30 and the boys game at 7 o'clock. Next week, the Mustangs will play Tuesday and Friday, as they'll be on the road against Frederick. All right, to throw it in will be McRolla in the backcourt. There have been 17 fouls combined in this half. Crossing the timeline as Powers over to McRolla. Left baseline to Pitts. Pitts with the basketball. Pitts dribbles to her right, bounces to Schindel. Down low for Powers, and then Powers, offensive foul. She lowered her left shoulder. Turnover number 15 for Skyline. Powers commits her fourth. And the ball is bounced into Griffith. Maddie Griffith across the timeline, outside left to Wheatley. Wheatley then had the ball poked out of bounds. With just under 4 minutes to go in the game, 51-40, Skyline. Maddie Griffith bumped, no whistle on the outside left to Wheatley. Thinks about the three, dribbles all the way off the glass, no good, too strong. And Nomera Longo has the rebound, puts it up, partially blocked. And then Nomera Longo tried to save it in, and it went out of bounds. It was partially blocked, but the ball was still in play, and she couldn't save it. McRolla with a long baseball pass to Pitts. Pitts dribbles right in the lane. Pitts is going to back it out. That's a smart play. Down low for Powers, bodied up. Now to Nebb. Three is up and good. It's a two. Right foot on the line for Charlie Nebb. She's got 6. The lead is back up to a baker's dozen. 53-40. 3:28 to go in the game. Maddie Griffith all the way. Hooks and scores to the right of the basket. Maddie Griffith having a nice second half. She's got 12 of her 14 points and a half. McRolla the other way. Left-handed layup up and no good. Nomera Longo grabs the rebound. Over to Griffith. Griffith wants to run. Griffith with the basketball right of the lane. Back out to Bauman. Steps in. Shot is up and good. Inside the three-point line for Allie Bauman. It's a two-pointer. Her first points of the game. Fort Morgan to within 9. 53-44. 2:59 to go. Maddie Pitts left of the lane. In the lane. Puts it up from 3. Bottom of the rim. And the ball is taken away by Fort Morgan, but Pelton is tied up. Possession arrow Fort Morgan, though. Retain possession. And Pelton is now out. Frasco is in, so the Mustangs have done a nice job of rallying. They were down by 15, now trail by 9 with 2:53 to go, but they have to score on virtually every possession as they're down 3 possessions. Skyline will not pressure, and Maddie Griffith will pick the ball up near midcourt. Bounce pass on the outside right for Wheatley. Wheatley with a left-handed dribble. Now to Maddie Griffith. Griffith gets a pick to her right. Griffith all the way off the glass and in! Maddie Griffith is taking over for Fort Morgan. She's got 7 points in the quarter. It's down to a 7-point Skyline lead with 2:36 to go. Behind her back, McRolla. Middle of the lane, in the lane, all the way. Banks and misses. And the rebound is controlled by Whitney Frasco. They're taking quick shots and allowing Fort Morgan to come back in this game with 2:25 to go. Bauman picks up the dribble at the free throw line. Frasco back out to Wheatley. Fakes, penetrates left baseline. She banks and scores to the left of the basket. Holy mahungus. The Mustangs are making a significant comeback. It is 53-48 with 2:10 to go. They might pull this thing off. Here is Schindel at the free throw line. Timeout with 2:07 to go, called by Skyline. And it's a 30-second timeout, but Fort Morgan has come way back. They have gone on a nice run here. They were down by 15 and now trail by 5 with 2:07 to go in the game. And all of a sudden putting up one of their better offensive performances in this second half. Fort Morgan scored 35 points. The problem is Skyline has tallied 33. That's why they have not made up this entire 7-point deficit at the break, which grew to 15 at one point. So Fort Morgan is only down 2 possessions, and that will certainly extend this game. So now we're looking probably about a 7:15 start for the boys' game, because it'll take a while to play the final 2:07, and Fort Morgan has the basketball. They can make this incredibly enough a 1-possession lead for Skyline. Yeah, I thought it was Skyline's basketball. Yeah, that confused me. I did think it was Skyline's basketball, and it is. On the offensive end to the right of the basket. All the players were down on the other side with the Mustangs about to throw it in. But Skyline, they were just going up and down the floor quickly like they were down. In the left corner, McRolla. Let's see if they take time off the clock. Over to Nebb. Now to Powers. Powers in the high right at the top now for Nebb. Under 2 minutes to go. Nebb left of the lane all the way. Left baseline Pitts. The shot is around and no good. Strong side rebound to Emma Wolf. The Mustangs can draw to within 3 or 2. Here's Maddie Griffith. Runs into a defender. Blocking foul. As she missed the shot, but McRolla commits the foul. 2 shots there for Maddie Griffith. That's the 4th foul. On McRolla. And Maddie Griffith with a huge second half has got 16 points. 14 and a half. The free throw is good. Fort Morgan can draw to within 1 possession if Maddie Griffith nails a free throw. Also known as the free throw. 53-49. Second free throw is up. And that is off the back of the rim. Rebound to Frasco. She goes back up and throws up an air ball, but it's poked out of bounds by Pitts. Yeah, that was not a good, nice rebound there by Frasco, but no reason to go up. She had no angle. Luckily, Fort Morgan retains possession. Wolf to throw it in. Wolf lobs it back out to Griffith. Straight away, here's Frasco. The shot is off the back of the rim, but the ball is chased down by Griffith all the way, and it's an offensive foul. Griffith commits the offensive foul. And that's going to be her 4th. That's a turnover for the Mustangs. Their 24th of the game. It's still a 4-point game now. Minute 35 to go. The backcourt pass to Powers. Lobs it towards McRolla. McRolla's got a 3-on-2. McRolla is going to back it out, though. And she does to Lindry Schendel. Schendel all the way. Partially blocked. Gets it back. She puts it up. She misses. And then Destiny Pelton comes away with a Fort Morgan rebound. Again, a chance for Fort Morgan here, down by 4. Here's Maddie Griffith. Maddie Griffith on the right side behind the three-point line. Pulls up 15-footer. Is off the bottom of the net. Maddie Pitts at it. She really rushed that shot. Here is Schendel with 1:05 to go. Schendel on the high right. Mustangs might have to start fouling here with 1 minute to go in the game and down by 2 possessions. In the left corner, Nebb penetrates along the left baseline. She looked like she stepped on the end line. She did. Nebb basically dribbled it out of bounds. Turnover number 16 for Skyline. Now, you got to score here with 55.7 seconds to go and down by only 4. Again, that 50-point number has eluded Fort Morgan in every game this season but 1. Maddie Griffith across the timeline. Jump pass over to Bauman, and now we have a Fort Morgan timeout. We'll take it with them. We have 48.3 seconds to go in the game. Skyline 53, Fort Morgan 49. Back in 60 on B106 and B106.com. Allie Bauman to trigger it in just beyond midcourt. In the backcourt now to Emma Wolf. 53-49 Skyline. Down to 45 seconds to go. On the high right to Maddie Griffith. Dribbles into the lane all the way. Scoops it up and missed it off the back of the rim. And the ball is tipped around. And the Mustangs have got it. Nice job over there by Pelton. Now here's Bauman into Frasco in the lane. And she had the ball stripped out of bounds. It'll stay with Fort Morgan. Yeah, Frasco tried to draw contact because there was no way. With all the defenders right on top of her, she was going to make that shot, but a nice job of at least drawing the defender to her. 28.4 seconds to go. Maddie Griffith to throw it in. Fort Morgan has not been this close since the opening quarter. Emma Wolf for the basketball. Over to Griffith. Wide open right corner 3. Good! And the Mustangs are to within 1. It's 53-52. We've got 18 seconds to go. Fort Morgan's got a foul. McRolla in the front court. Jump pass. To Powers, and she is fouled with 12.6 seconds to go. Oh, I think Mitch Elrick wanted to foul quicker. That'll be the 12th team foul. Either that or he's not happy with something the officials did there. We have 12.6 seconds to go. Maddie Griffith has scored 11 points in the quarter alone. She's got 20 in the game. And at the line of Shayla Powers, 2 free throws. Even if she makes them, it's still a 1-possession game. Fort Morgan was down by 15 in the quarter. They put together a massive run. Powers with a free throw is up and is around and good. It's good by Powers. Powers now with 16 in the game. You're going to have to take a three here if this free throw is made with 12.6 to go. Here by Shayla Powers. Powers bends, shoots, and that one is in and out. And the rebound to Frasco. 10 seconds to go. Griffith across midcourt. Griffith with 7. Griffith pulls up, and she misses, throws up an air ball. Rebound, Pelton puts it up, and she's fouled. She's fouled with 3.8 seconds to go with a shot to tie the game. And the foul was committed by Pitts. That's her 4th. Destiny Pelton has grabbed 6 rebounds. But now if you miss one of these free throws, then you got to figure out a way to get a rebound. A lot of pressure here on Destiny Pelton to make 2 free throws. It's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. Fort Morgan was down 53-38. And the Mustangs have gone on a 14-1 run. It was actually a 14-0 run, if I have my numbers correct, or in that realm. 54-52. Pelton to the line to shoot 2. Again, if she makes both, the game is tied. If she misses, then you really got to figure out a way to miss. Well, if she misses the first, you almost have to miss the second and try to get the rebound. Because with 3.8 to go, that's not a lot of time to get the ball back unless you come up with a steal. Callis, Frasco, Griffith, Wheatley, and Pelton. Maddie Griffith has had a huge second half. Lauren Keller rescued this team in the second quarter, but then she fouled out in the 4th and barely played after she committed that 4th foul with about 3 minutes to go in the opening half. But Maddie Griffith is showing her senior leadership. Has come through for Fort Morgan. Can Pelton make both free throws? The first is up, and that is off the backboard. The left side of the backboard. Wow. You can tell she was a little bit nervous there. It didn't even hit the rim. Well, let's see if they intentionally try to miss or she just tries to make it and they commit a quick foul. Pelton spins. Second free throw is up. And that's off the back of the rim, and the rebound is taken by McRolla, and she's fouled with 1.3 seconds to go, and that might do it. McRolla with 2 free throws on the other end. Kelsey Callis committed the foul for Fort Morgan. What a valiant effort by the Mustangs in this game. If McRolla makes both free throws, this game is definitely over. 54-52, 1.3 seconds to go, and that free throw is in. Second free throw upcoming for Allie McRolla, and, well, she threw it off the glass, but it's got to hit the rim. If that ball doesn't hit the rim, I don't think the ball ever hit the rim. Now Fort Morgan's got it. They got a shot for a desperation shot. Here is Maddie Griffith with the basketball. Griffith throws it up at the buzzer, but it's too late. It's an air ball anyway, but it was too late. And Skyline has escaped with a 55-52 win. We are just past the top of the hour. And this is Morgan County's B106 KPRB. Rush Fort Morgan. And what a job here by the Mustangs. Seemingly out of the game. Come back and they only lost by 3. 55-52. Momentarily they'll wind the clock for the start of the boys' game. Now, I often wonder, why are they not winding the clock already? Both teams are warming up. This just really delays. And they still don't have it up there. Well, I guess they'll have some idea. They should be winding a 10-minute clock or a 15-minute clock at this point. And that's normally the cue that we have to get us to a break. So we know when this game is going to start, but that is Not the case right now, so let's take a 3-minute break. Hopefully this will not be an extended warm-up. It's a 3-minute break. Skyline defeats Fort Morgan in the first of two, 55-52 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Fort Morgan Mustangs post-game shows brought to you by Morgan Community College. Morgan Community College is there to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Fort Morgan Lady Mustangs were down by 15 points in the fourth quarter, went on a 14-0 run, drew to within one, but they lost the game tonight to Skyline in Longmont, 55-52. The Mustangs led 7-6 after one, but then Skyline went on a 15-0 run, because it was actually 7-2 at one point. 20-13 was the lead at the break for Skyline, then 38-30 after three as they outscored Fort Morgan 18-17 in the third. And then the Mustangs put 22 points on the board to 17 for Skyline in the fourth. Mustangs had two players in double figures. Maddie Griffith with 20. Lauren Keller had 10. And she barely played after committing her fourth foul because she came into the fourth quarter, played less than a minute, and had an offensive foul. And she was disqualified with 5 fouls. So Keller finishes with 10, 6 points for Autumn Wheatley. 4 in the game for Clementina Numerolongo. Emma Wolf and Kelsey Callis with 3. Allie Bauman with 2 points in the game. 3 players in double figures for Skyline. 16 points for Shayla Powers, 13 for Alyssa McRolla, 12 for Lindry Schendel, 8 by Maddie Pitts, and Charlie Nebb with 6, only 5 in the scoring column. The Mustangs dominated on the boards, 40-28. 7 rebounds for Maddie Griffiths, 6 apiece for Pelton, as well as Kelsey Callis. And of the 26 rebounds, 10 apiece for Powers and Schendel. Make it 28, I should say, not 26 of Skyline. The free throw line really hurt Fort Morgan. They were 9 out of 21. So they were well under 50%. Skyline 12 out of 22. So Skyline made 3 more free throws than Fort Morgan and attempted just 1 more. And the difference was 3 points in this game. 24 turnovers for the Mustangs and 16 for Skyline. Mustangs dropped to 0-5 in Tri-Valley League play and 4-9 overall. Skyline 3-1 in the league and 7-4 in the year. Time to name the Mustang Player of the Game. It's brought to you by Transwest, Transwest believes that customers are number one. Check out their selection online or just stop by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. That's Transwest. I mean, no doubt, Maddie Griffith with 18 of her 20 points in the second half to go along with a team-leading 7 rebounds is the Transwest Fort Morgan Mustang Player of the Game. The final score once again, the Fort Morgan girls fall to Skyline 55-52, a 3-minute break. And we'll get to the boys game starting in those 3 minutes right here on B106 and B106.com.